Sagittarius. This is Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your July forecast. And before I get started on my July forecast, I want to talk about with you what I've been talking about with everybody else. And it's an awakening. You really research out so many different realms, and your mind is so open that when you really feel like you have an opinion to invest in just about every realm, especially when you're talking about something that resonates with specifically your kind of energy. So for about 4 weeks, three and a half, 4 weeks, I have been seeing things. I've been seeing like these dark, fuzzy, humanoid, but having no characteristics, humanoid characteristics, energies. I have seen them walking across the field. I've seen them by a tree. I've seen them in my house. I've seen them in my car. I've seen them. And I'm not, for some reason, and I can't explain it, I'm not scared of these things. But I feel observed. I feel like they're observing me. I am not saying I believe in aliens, because I honestly don't know if I believe in aliens or not. I believe in a higher power, and my faith is very strong, but I can't explain what I'm seeing. But there have been so many occurrences that I can't rationally explain why I'm having what I'm having. So I started noticing all this stuff. I talked to a couple of people about it because I was crazy. So I decided I'm not going to talk about it with anybody else because I don't want that response again. And I started having my dreams again. How I connect to energy is through dreaming, is through the unconscious realms. I do have Saturn in my 12th house, so a lot of my work, my messages, the messengers come to me in my dreams, and I feel direct me on who I need to talk to and what I need to talk about and what type of energy I'm responding to. And I just think that's my tweak on it. I don't really have solid reasons. I wish that there was a scientific community that just was metaphysical. I wish it was as reliable as the placebo effect, and how it is a certain percentage is how they determine drugs. Like the FDA determines how effective a drug is. I wish I had that kind of science to back up what I say. I don't. I research obsessively. Every minute I am not doing astrology and I am not at work, I am researching astrology. I don't research this stuff, like what it all means and Ascension. I like Ascension. I research Ascension. I believe in Ascension, but I don't understand how to ascend. Like, I know that I am ascending. I feel the difference in me, and so I can guide people to say, my energy is this. This is what you feel like. When I base everything on feelings. I am a Leo on the cusp of Cancer. My primary degrees are in Cancer. And so, and then I've got Saturn in my 12th house. So a lot of what I go off of is just pure intuition and energy consciousness. I'm very, very conscious of energy and how it can be manipulated and what energies are playing what role. I feel energy. I feel the universal energy. I'm very, very connected to it. I don't know. There's something guiding me. There's a feeling I have, and I go off my feelings now. I don't rely on logic, although logic I still lean on. I'm tending more to going toward energy and manipulating energy to be at its highest form at all times if I can, and then I also rely on my intuition. Being Cancer, they're highly intuitive, so that's what I go on. So it's not uncommon for me to have dreams, highly intuitive dreams about people I've connected with, or about events, or about the energy that's in my world. But I don't connect to dark energy. I don't walk around seeing dead people. I mean, not that I'm aware of. Maybe I am now, but I mean, I never have before. And so it was definitely stood out to me. It's definitely something different. My dreams started to pick up again. I really try not to connect with this type of this part of me. I don't want to do it yet. I'm just now opening myself up to the metaphysical realm. Being a Christian-based person, it was very difficult for me to accept the metaphysical realm. Okay, and now I'm there, but I'm not ready to fully embrace all of what this energy can mean. It's almost kind of scary for me too, because I know I have a connection to it. Do I really want to open Pandora's boxes? Kind of the way that I feel about energy right now. So I've been struggling. I've been feeling sleepy. I've been feeling tired, anxious. My anxiety's been higher than normal, but you know, Mars is debilitated in Cancer, and so I'm feeling a little bit of that. You know, Saturn went back into Scorpio, feeling that. Anytime anything goes, Scorpio does anything intense. Saturn does anything intense. I feel Saturn like it's the worst energy that overcomes me. I feel so I thought it was a lot of that energy. You know, I can rationalize all that. I'm okay with that. There's logic behind it. However, I could not explain the strange feelings and the dark entities. I couldn't explain why I'm not scared of them, why I feel like they're observing me. I can't explain any of that. So I've been carrying this around after I told a couple people about it. I'm like, I hide everything. I like to hide my feelings. I like to hide because I have Saturn in the 12th house. I'm a hider. I deal with everything on my own in the privacy of my own house. I don't really like to express all of this. It's very difficult for me to be real like this. But I feel like I received a message today, which is why I'm taking it to you. So the way that I prepare for videos is while I'm getting ready, I go in and on my TV, I put in, let's say, Mars and Cancer, and I play all of the videos on Mars and Cancer, and they're one after another, after another, after another, and then I play the Venus and Virgo, and I play it one after another, after another, after another. I get everybody's perspectives. I get Vedic astrology versus Western astrology. I like different takes on information, and then I compute it, and then I spit it out and make it my own energy. But I connect with energy that way. I connect with Mars if I'm listening to Mars, and if I'm really surrounding myself with the Mars videos, and I'm researching Mars, it like pours into me, and I become that Mars energy, or I become that planetary energy. I don't even know why. I don't know how I do it. I can't even rationally probably sound logical about what it even is, except for that's the way I do it, and that's how you guys get these videos. That's why June's videos were so bad, because I was extremely sick, so I was debilitated. I'm not in touch with the energies as much. But so I'm playing these videos like I always do, getting ready, and a video came on of one of my Vedic astrologers that I love, because I like Vedic astrology. I wrap my head around. Some of its concepts are a little bit strange for me, but for the most part, I really like it. And it went to his next video, which had nothing to do with Mars and Cancer, which is very strange, because normally I do that and I just get one after another until there's no more videos out there on Mars and Cancer. And this went right to his next video, his current video, and he had put out a video about how he was having some of these similar symptoms that I am. Very tired, having all this anxiety, just feeling like he needed to recluse in, couldn't quite understand what was wrong with them. And he was seeing lights. I'm seeing dark entities, things. But he was seeing lights. That's never happened to me. He talked to some people, said a portal opened up in his place. I don't know. I don't think a portal's opened up around me, but I definitely think that there's something out there that wants me to relay messages. And so today I feel strongly that I received a message that I needed to bring this to all of you. It talked about how we're all going through this mass ascension all at once. Literally, he made his video within an hour of making his video. He had 14,000 views. It shut his server down. mass ascension is happening. And through that, these side effects are happening to people. These strange occurrences, these things that people can't quite explain are happening. And so I want to make you aware of them if you're not. Now, I don't watch TV. I barely ever go to a movie. I have movies sometimes on Netflix, but for the most part, I really embrace, I spend 24/7 in astrology if I'm not at work. And so I don't really have time to study the metaphysical realm in the way that I would like to, and messages and ascension. I mean, I love ascension. I do study ascension, but not ascension to this degree. But there's a huge mass ascension going on for light workers. I think that anybody who is going to be healing, psychic, seeing things through cards, manipulating energy, in tune with energy healing, I think all of those people are getting an awakening. They're being guided. They're being told, this is your life purpose. They're being asked, leave your jobs and go into this purpose. It's a calling. It's something you have no control over when it's happening to you. Believe me, I don't want it. But I just really want to talk about astrology and have a good time with it. I don't want to think about it on this scale, but I have no choice. The message came to me and I'm bringing it to you. What you do with the message is completely up to you. You can discard it, or you can say, gosh, I have been feeling that way. I need to go research that out. And that's what I hope you do. I hope that it resonates with you and you go research it out and it speaks to you. Now, on to why you actually did tune into my video. We have your July forecast. So let's talk about it. Your ruling planet, Jupiter, is in a fantabulous mood. You finally get to have a benefic month. You finally have your mojo back. You're feeling spunky. You're feeling good. Life is, in general, I think you are one of the sparkly ones in this month. I think in general, energy has improved. But for you, Jupiter is going to be conjunct, working hand in hand with Venus in Leo, and it's going to be trining Uranus and Aries. So this is a lovely aspect. This is love. This is lots of fun, and this is a lot of energy, boosting your spirits and pumping you back up. Look, you guys have been working through your 12th house. You've been working with Saturn. You've been sitting in a classroom long enough. So now that Saturn has moved into Scorpio, this is giving you a little bit of a break to go play on recess. You're going to have an extended recess. And this could not have come at a better time for you. Do you have energy you need to work with? You do, and we'll talk about it. But for the most part, it's a beautiful month. So we have the full moon on the 1st of July, which is going to be in the area where you're setting values. You're re-identifying your values. You are looking at what you value and how you value it. And, you're looking at the people that you value. You're looking at your purpose. Your mind just got awakened to something beyond what I think most people can comprehend, because you've had such a one-on-one time with Saturn and you work well in Saturn. So you were a star pupil. So there's a lot of stuff that you've got to figure out, but most of it has to do with how you move forward in the world. What is your calling? What is your status in your life? Like, are you working a job just to make ends meet, or are you doing that job that is your calling? You had an awakening. What was it? And then you're going to see that Saturn wants to be benefic for a while in your life and start to open doors for you. Whether or not you walk through them, that's the human experience. That's a yes or a no from you. You have that right and all that power within you to say no to the doors that are being opened. So your ruler on the time of the full moon is going to be trining Uranus along with Venus in Leo. So this is fire and fire energy. You're feeling fabulous. Yes, the sun is in Cancer with Mars in Cancer, feeling debilitated. Mars in Cancer is a debilitating energy. So Mars is a masculine energy conjunct, working side by side with the feminine energy. So these two are like those couples that just don't get along, but they love each other, but they don't get along, but they understand each other and they stay together, but they are annoying to be around. It's kind of like that energy. So you may feel that, you know, if you want to just make me-based decisions, it's going to be difficult for you not to consider family, home and family issues, and just the general what's better for everybody. You're going to be transforming an area in your life. You're going to think more like an us instead of a me. And you, Sagittarius, this can be somewhat ego-oriented, but you're not feeling this anymore. Look, you had an enlightening experience with Saturn. You're thinking about the big picture, and that includes others. That includes transforming how you go out into the world and unite with others and unite with family and anticipate your family and work for your family and provide for your family. All of these things are being highlighted. At the same time, you're going through an ascension process just like everybody else. Then on the 8th, we're going to have a beautiful day. It's all this gorgeous trine energy. Your Sun and Mars and Mercury are all going to be trining with Neptune in Pisces. And for you, this is an area where it's going to shine a light on your authentic purpose, how you passionately pursue it, but it has to be an emotional pursuit. This is not going to be the end all be all for money and having that bank account. It's about taking a risk based on emotion, based on your emotional needs and love. It's going to be definitely based on, okay, if I pursue that life's pursuit, who's on team Sagittarius? Like, are we all working together? Because I really have this stuff pumping through me. My life purpose has been laid out before me. How do I make my whole entire team get on my life purpose? You're going to be having conversations about it. You're going to find a lot of support. Then on the 13th, I call this the yin and yang day. It's just a day where you have to balance energy. You're going to have to balance your home and family with experiencing pleasure. You're going to want to have this larger than life persona, but you're going to have all of this Cancer energy in there saying, okay, you can have that, but you have all this work to do at home. It's going to be difficult for you to choose from these energies because you can now validate both. You can now validate the need to have a home and family and to sacrifice for it. But you still have this need to wonder. You've just got out of the classroom. I mean, you need to live larger than life. You need to go play. You need to restore your energy and restore your mojo, essentially. And so I think there's a lot of energy in here supporting it. Your ruler, Jupiter, is going to be working with Venus in Leo, both going to be sextiling the moon. That's gorgeous energy. That means that emotional pursuits for happiness, love, pleasure, risk-taking, you're going to feel like your intuition is going to be spot on. Your awareness of a situation is going to be heightened more than normal, because remember, the sun is still sitting here in Cancer, so you're going to find that you might even be luckier than normal because you're pretty lucky. But this is like your spidey senses will go off and it'll pan out. It'll be wonderful. However, you have this, I know you have this beautiful benefic day, right? But then you have Saturn in Scorpio. It's also going to be squaring off with Jupiter, which says to me that pull back the reins. Saturn's going to pull back the reins. If you get too big and too larger than life and you start Sagittarian out and start to get too big and full of yourself again, like you guys like to get, when you party hard. When you play hard. When you drink hard. I mean, everything is to excess. Saturn likes control. It doesn't like excessive lifestyles. So even though it wants you to go play, it says, hey, wait the hell a minute. Remember those lessons I was trying to teach you? I don't like you being that excessive. And so it'll slap your hands. And it'll cause you to regress inward. And you may want to impress Saturn by pulling back and saying, yeah, You did tell me that that wasn't the best way to be. I'm sorry I didn't listen. I've got it, Saturn. Thank you for pointing that out again. And live somewhere in between. That beautiful world I love to call balance. Then on the 15th, we have a new moon in Cancer, and this is going to be an afflicted new moon. I like to talk about afflicted new moons. We've had quite a few of them, and it seems strange that at the same time that we're supposed to be planting seeds and having new beginnings, we're having all this affliction at the same time. And I've been noticing this little trend, and I want to talk about that because your ruling planet Jupiter and Venus are still going to be working together hand in hand, trining Uranus. So again, this can make you laxy-daisy, kind of lazy, kind of feeling like life just, it's benefic, so you don't have to make any plans. You don't have to do anything because life just hands you like you always are used to. However, the sun and the moon, both at 23 degrees, are going to be opposing Uranus. And so, again, and then Mars and Mercury at 14 degrees, both conjunct, are going to be opposing Uranus. So again, I think that this is going to go back to, I know you want this excessive lifestyle, I know you want to feel good about everything, but hey, wait a minute. Where does home and family fit into that? Where is making a rational decisions based on all people going to be in on that? It's going to keep you realistic. It's not going to let you get fat and lazy about this energy. It's going to make you want to harness this energy and move forward with it. It is through opposition in your home and family that you are going to find that this is a benefic day. This means that you do, instead of taking advantage of these gorgeous energies in your ruling planet, you'll go out there and you'll plant the seeds and you'll be diligent about that. It's still, I think you're getting nudges and pushes in the right direction. And I definitely say that if you are a person that's incredibly connected to spiritual energy, then I think you're going to be receiving messages, but you have to not get full of yourself in the meantime. Then on the 22nd, we're going to have a day where you're going to be looking at your 12th house. And for most people, they're going to be going through the cardinal crosses. All the cardinal signs are going to be going through this cardinal cross on this day. And for you, with Uranus and Aries trining your energy like it has been, I think it's going to pull you into your subconscious and really work on you in there. I really want you to understand that when energy works on somebody like this, it dives deep. It takes you back to the heart of things. So if you have a tendency to be that lazy, everything is always about me, debatable, annoying, forceful in your opinions, if you go back to your old ways, I don't think you're going to like July. If you've learned all of your lessons that Saturn's been teaching you and has been spending a lot of time in releasing karmic debt and releasing you from your karmic bonds, then I think you're going to like this energy because it's going to be more about transforming personal relationships, transforming your home and family and how you view it, transforming the need to be free, but also to connect with somebody on an interpersonal level. So I think there's a lot of change going on in your life that could really generate some positive results. Then on July 23rd, Mercury moves into Leo. I love this energy. When the Sun and Mercury both move into Leo, this is air and fire making life lighter. You relate to fire energy. You relate to that energy that makes you want to go and forward and have the pleasures in life. And so you're starting to feel like by about the 23rd, life is kind of starting to get back to where you want it to be. Venus at this time is going to move into Virgo. This is a debilitated area for Venus. Venus doesn't like being in Virgo. Virgo is very critical about pleasurable experiences. It's critical about money ventures. It's critical about love and romance. It really wants you to think things through. It wants you to be realistic and practical. It wants you to use your analytical mind. So for you, you're going to be able to get in touch with that higher learning that you've been learning in Saturn, along with all of this Mercury energy that's sitting in Leo. It's going to make you communicate effectively. It's going to make you want to take center stage. It's going to make you want to talk about your experience in the metaphysical realm and in Saturn's classroom. And you're going to have some clear insights to really talk about with people. We're going to be sitting here waiting to hear what you've learned in your life, because again, I believe that Sagittarius is being paid attention to by Saturn for a reason. You are a guide. You are a leader moving forward. You are going to help forward movement, especially with how expansive you think about a topic. So I think it's a beautiful energy. I just think it'll keep you realistic, which I like, because sometimes, Sagittarius energy is not realistic. It's just in the moment. Then on the 25th, Venus will retrograde into Virgo. And I really like this. I think it's important for you to look at pleasure and how exuberant you are in pleasure. I think Saturn really, really, really wants you to keep it in perspective, to keep it downsized, to keep you realistic. It doesn't want you to fall back into your old patterns. Now that you're free, now that you're not sitting in the classroom, Saturn still wants a measure of control over how you work with energy, how you manipulate it, how you manipulate people, how forceful you are with others, how you tend to be overbearing. If you're a debatable person, it really makes you take a look at all that and makes you think of the greater good of others. Then on the 31st, we have a full moon in Aquarius. This is a lovely energy. It's lovely energy for everybody, but especially you. You love Aquarius. Aquarius has the same kind of expansive mind that you do. And so this energy just really, really adds that much needed oomph to you. Like, you're really starting to feel good. Like, you're communicating effectively. This is going to shine the light in an area perhaps that maybe you feel like I either need to learn more in, and then the answers just come to you like that and easily, or it's an area where you feel like you need to get down to a level of other people and really communicate effectively. But for the most part, guys, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous day. It's full of nothing but absolutely beautiful trines, and Saturn is trining Mars and Cancer, so it's a good energy. And even though Venus is going to retrograde and move back into Leo, yes, it's going to tweak relationships. Yes, it's going to fine-tune your relationship. Can it point out areas in your relationships that are flawed? Yes. If you have exceptionally flawed relationships, these are not forward-moving relationships anyway. They're karmic relationships. So yes, you may have losses during this retrograde cycle. It's only because those people weren't meant to be forward-moving relationships. They were meant to be karmic teaching relationships so that you could find that soulmate to connect. That is, if that is what you truly have a problem in. If you don't have a problem in your relationships, it's going to advance everything. It's going to fine-tune it. It's going to take it to the next level. All in all, this is a gorgeous energy. This is a gorgeous month. I really like it. I like a balanced month. I don't like it if you have an exceptionally good month and you're disappointed when you don't have one. I like it in the middle. I like a little bit of spicy meatballa, with my pasta. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed your reading. I look forward to hearing from you. If you have any comments to leave about this whole Ascension process, it's pretty fascinating. I wish I had more time to really research it. Other than reading your guys' comments, I guess I'll just have to see how it affects me. Have a lovely July, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next month.